Hello everyone. So welcome to the channel of RD Automation Learning. So in this video, we are going to see how you should introduce yourself in interviews. How you should introduce yourself in any interviews that you are giving. Now this is the very first and the basic impression that is falling off yours on the interviewer. So you have to be very correct in this, right? Because 60 to 70% of these things will determine the outcome of the interview. Okay. So in this interview, we have broken this question, how to introduce yourself, in various sections. First is if you are a fresher, then what you should tell, what you should not tell. If you're experienced manual tester, what you should tell. If you're experienced automated tester, then what you should tell. If you are switching your career from non-IT to IT, then what you should tell. So let us start from the beginning. So first of all, if you are a fresher, right? Now, if you are a fresher, then you don't have any prior experience, work experience, any corporate experience, right? So what you can tell is you can give insight about your projects that you have completed in the colleges, right? Or in the academics, whichever projects that you have done, whatever the practical things that you have achieved over there. Apart from this, you can also add about the internships that you have done, 3 months, 4 months, with stipend, without stipend, whatever is that, that is an experience, right? That is a core experience that you have taken. So you should definitely tell about those things. Any certifications that you have done, for example, foundation level certification, ISTQB, CAST, and many other certifications are there, right? So these, if you have done, then if you have participated in Bugathon. Bugathon is nothing but it's a kind of competitions, testing competitions, in which you are given some random application for testing, and you need to test and you need to find more and more bugs, right? Then you also need to tell why you are looking for a career in software testing field. What drives you to make a career in software testing? Your your level of passion for software testing, right? And then at the end, you can also add one or two lines about the new emerging technologies that you have read about, maybe any new technologies, but make sure that you have read about them, and then only you are speaking in the interview. Because whatever these things you are going to tell, this will drive the interview, right? You will be getting questions on these things. Let's say if you are telling that you had participated in bugathon, so they will ask what kind of application was that, how many bugs you were able to found, what kind of bugs you were able to found, fine, right? So these things you have to take care, and these things you have to tell if you are a fresher. Now if you are not a fresher and if you are an experienced manual tester, right, that is, you have been working in software testing field, and you are an experienced one, right? Then you have to give the information about the domain of the application that you are testing, right? What is the domain, whether it is investment banking, whether it is e-commerce domain, then is it a telecommunication based project, right? What are the important bugs that you have found, right? The good critical bugs that are really impacting the business, right? So you can draft your answer in such a way, right? And also you have to tell about your daily routine, like how do you start your day. So maybe you are starting your day just by having a coffee in the pantry or something, like catching up with your friends or colleagues, but don't tell all those things. Tell that you are reading the emails of the organizations, any accomplishments that has happened in the other departments, you are getting knowledge about them. If there is any quick insight that is given by CTO or CEO of your company, so you are reading those things, right? And as you are also following them on LinkedIn, so you are making sure that you are aware about all those things. Then the various agile ceremonies that you are part of, like grooming sessions, then test case writing, test case design, test case review. Are you reviewing the test cases of your peers, and what are the various things that you are doing in that 8 hour cycle? And then about the QA process, especially you have to tell that what kind of process you are following. Are you following agile methodology, or it's a waterfall, or it's hybrid, right? It's scrum, kanban. So what sort of ceremony it is there, what sort of methodology you are following. Then then how are the test cases being prepared, right? So the STLC, the test cases writing, design, then again test case review would be done. Then you would be doing integration testing, acceptance testing. So how is the QA process in the whole organization, right? So this will give a very good impact, a very good insight to the interviewer, like where he or she is belonging to, and whether he or she would be able to adjust over here, right? These things are very important, especially about the QA process. You have to tell them about the defect management tool that you are using. You have to tell them about the test case management tool that you are using, right? Where are you writing test cases? Are you using any tool or simple Excel files, or how is it like that? Okay, so those things you have to tell. Now, if you are an experienced automated tester, right? Or at the same time, so I would like to add one more point. If you are looking for a change from manual testing to automation testing, right? So that thing is also there. Now if you are already working in automation and you are continuing to look for a change in automation only, definitely, so what you have to tell them about the your automation framework, right? What is your framework? So there is a separate video that we have created how you will explain about the framework. But over here, when you are introducing yourself, you have to tell them about the contribution that you have provided, the contribution that you have given in the framework. For example, maybe you could have developed a simple utilities or some kind of libraries or some kind of code that you have written for changing the or comparing the two dates in the string format. Or maybe you want to tell them about any files that are being downloaded, so where are being downloaded, or SQL or any kind of auto IT or PowerShell scripts that you would have created just to help your team members, just to make sure that their automation work is getting smoother. That is important, right? Then what kind of framework you are following data driven framework, you are working in keyword driven framework kind of thing, programming language, version control. What is the automation process? For example, if anyone is creating automation script, so on what basis they are creating? Do we have manual test cases first for that? On the basis of that we are creating automation scripts. Then after scripts, you also have to tell how is the reviewal process. Like it might be reviewed by your leads, and then you have to tell that it would be pushed into the Git and or SVN, whichever version control you are using, which are the various best practices as per the quality standards you are following, right? So those things you have to tell about the in the automation, right? Then they will ask you about further about the framework only. Then also you can add, like apart from your contribution, you can also add that for example, earlier there was a 45% of automation test coverage. You added some 10 to 15 test cases, negative test cases. You created scripts of all those test cases, and now it has come up to around about 55%, 65, 60% kind of example that I'm giving, right? So these things you have to tell. Now, if you're looking for a change from manual testing to automation testing, right? Earlier you were doing manual testing, now you are doing automation testing. So while introducing yourself, you can tell that in my company or organization, I didn't get an opportunity to do automation testing, right? But there was a framework that was being developed by the automation team members, and I downloaded that framework and worked on it on Saturdays and Sundays or on holidays during weekend time. And I spend time on that just to make sure that I'm having good hands-on experience, and my automation skill set is also getting enhanced, skills is also getting enhanced. So those things you have to tell while telling about switching from manual testing to automation testing. Now, if you are looking for a change from non-IT to IT background, right, then there is nothing harm in telling about your non-IT experience, because ultimately, see, if you are a fresher, then it's a different journey. If you are switching from non-IT to IT, so still you have got experience in non-IT field, right? So don't worry about that. You can tell about your prior non-IT experience, but on the parallel lines, you can also tell why you are looking for switch. For example, I'm giving you, let's say I'm being interviewed for non from as a some IT professional who wants to work from non-IT to IT, who wants to switch from non-IT to IT. So I'll give, I was working in BPO for 4 years, but it's a night shift. Earlier, I thought I would be able to work it for and make career in BPO, but now I'm looking for a switch in case of software testing because of two reasons. That testing is my passion. Second is night shift is not my cup of tea, right? It's not easy for me to be awakened, and now it's affecting my health as well. So this kind of experience, this kind of, so you have told them about BPO or KPO kind of thing, and you are also telling them parallelly why you are looking for a switch, and that's a valid reason, right? So each and every one of you would be having those reasons, but it is up to you how you are presenting them before the interviewer. If you are having a career gap, then also don't worry. Just put proper honest reason why you are looking, sorry, why you were not able to work for those years for XYZ reason, right? So you can mention in point wise, 1 2 3, right? And that's it. And at the end you should also mention that if you are not willing to tell something, so you can just mention that because of personal reason I was not able to work for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and this was a career gap. But going forward, I will definitely try to take care, right? And if it's a health issue, it's not in our hand, but if it is something else, then we can tell that we will try to take care, right? That is the best thing that you can tell. Then if you are looking for a change from non-IT to IT, you also have to tell them about why testing and how testing is your passion. So you can tell them whichever applications, whichever websites are coming into the market, you are testing them by yourself, you're writing test cases, and you are passionate about software testing, you are passionate about softwares. This is the thing that is attracting you. So this is how you can tell, right, about your passion. So um, hope you all would get a good idea on these kind of on this video, right? This was just a nutshell that I gave. So please put in the comments uh, what else, what other points do you think that should be added in introduction of yourself, and also let me know that if this video has helped you, and which are the other kind of content or topics that you would like to make me a video on, right? So thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more updates, and wish you all the best for your career.